AITA for not coming to terms with the fact that my wife cheated on me 14 years ago before our marriage. I, 35M, am married to my wife, 37F, for 11 years and together for 14. We have a beautiful 7-year-old daughter, and our marriage has been great without any major problems until last year. Last year, I learned that my wife cheated on me before our marriage. One of her friends became religious and confessed her actions to me, which had me confront my wife. She was shocked that I learned it and apologized profusely about her actions. However, she said it's not something important now because we have been going strong and have a family together. She told me I should come to terms with it since it happened 4 months into being exclusive, and she was a stupid girl out of college back then. My mind told me the same. It happened 14 years ago, and we are happy right now. I decided to forgive her and continue our usual life. Reality was not that great. My mental took a big hit. I realized it's not something that happened 14 years ago for me. The cheating happened for me when my wife confirmed it. I was less confident, could not have sex with my wife. I just could not get an erection for her. This turned into feeling disgusted being around her. I even took a DNA and STD test secretly. Thankfully, our daughter is mine, and I am clear of STD. Then a year of intense individual therapy started for me. I realized I needed to change somehow. I was not the same person I used to be. I also communicated my feelings to my wife, and after pushing a bit, we started going couples counseling too. However, at the end of everything, I decided to proceed with divorce. Here are my reasonings. She not only cheated back then, but lied to me for 14 years. She did not confess the action herself. Even though she apologized, she dismissed the fact by saying it's not important anymore. Young me was robbed of having a choice. Cheating was, and still is, one of the biggest deal breakers for me. If I knew it back then, I would have broke it off. I am happy with my life, and I am glad that our daughter came to world. She is the light that shines the brightest for me. One of the biggest reasons I keep living, but I still was robbed of a choice back then. IC and MC could knot our problems and my feelings towards her. It also started affecting family life, which could affect our daughter. I think our daughter would be better off having us as co-parents instead of living in a broken family environment where consistent arguments are present. Sex life is basically dead for me. We do have sex, but I feel like those women on film/series that just lay and look at the ceiling waiting it to be over. The only difference is that I am a man. I do not even want non-sexual gestures anymore. Last week, I had to sit down with my wife and explained everything I wrote here in detail, my feelings, reasonings, and some other private things. I have been talking to a lawyer for the last month, and papers are almost finalized. 50-50 custody, 50-50 assets sharing, and as amicable as possible. I explained everything thoroughly and clearly to her. She freaked out and had a panic attack. We spent the night at ER. She is begging me to reconsider and not throw away 14 years. However, even though I would like to stay, it will result in us being roommates and a broken family environment for our daughter. Am I in the wrong here? Relevant comments. Clarification on the cheating incident. It happened on a girls' trip. They went together. It was confirmed by my wife. Her friend told me she could not hold the secret of a sin anymore and decided to confess. Update March 6th, 2024, next day. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for their ideas and input about my situation. Some people reached out to me on Reddit chat to state their opinions, and we had long talks. They have been incredibly helpful, and I want to thank them especially. Some people asked if we went to counseling together. Yes, we have been visiting a counselor for over a year now on top of my individual therapy. I understand blowing up a marriage for something happened 14 years ago is not logical. However, my feelings towards my wife got even worse after counseling and therapy. It started with not being able to trust her, converted to not wanting sex, then not wanting non-sexual gestures, and finally, I am not even comfortable to be in the same space as her. We have been less than roommates in the last couple of months. I do not hate or resent her, but I just cannot shake off the feelings. I would say I forgave her, but it's not about forgiving anymore when there are no feelings and love. I do not want my daughter to grow up in such an environment. I know how hurtful it can be. I experienced a similar situation with my parents, only the genders reversed. Living in such an environment breaks you as a child and teen. I would have much preferred if my mother just divorced my dad instead of staying for my sake. These being said, I had a long talk with my wife this morning. She has not been eating much since visiting ER, and I am concerned for her well-being and safety. Some Redditors who reached out suggested considering separation before proceeding with the divorce and see if my feelings would change. That is very logical, actually. I proposed this idea to my wife, and she was happy to hear it. I have an upcoming business trip to Netherlands next week, and I am planning to extend my stay and stay with my sister once I am back. Wife abruptly suggested one-sided open marriage, and I could do what I want on that business trip if it'll save the relationship, make us even, and change my feelings. I rejected because it has nothing to do with that. Even if it changed something for me, it would devastate her knowing I cheated on her in the future. It's not something easy to get over and not an easy decision. That is all the update. We'll try separation for a while, and depending on the result, I'll make my decision. Thank you for all the help and opinions. Update 2nd April 4th, 2024, 1 month later. I have a short update about the situation. I got back from the trip and decided to divorce my wife in the end. The last straw was when my daughter told me I look more lively and happier after I came back. I realized I am better off without my wife and just co-parenting our daughter with her. I still feel incredibly uncomfortable around my wife. My wife did not take the news well and is going down the spiral. I called Amael and FIL to have them take care of her. She caused some problems. She sent threatening messages to her friend who told me about the cheating. I had to beg her to not sue my wife as I want my daughter to have a mother present in her life. Though, she'll be probably taken to mental ward. She is not well. Last time I saw her, I felt scared looking at her eyes. Our daughter is with me now, and we've started the divorce process. My lawyer told me if my wife to be taken to mental ward, there is a good chance that I can get better than 50-50 custody. One should be happy hearing that, but I am just devastated how it'll affect our daughter. Many Redditors told in the comments that dating life after 30 seconds as a man is not good, and I'll be probably forever alone as no one will want me. First thing is, I do not care. Our daughter is my first priority, and dating is the last thing I have in mind right now. Second thing is, I am confident in myself in every regard of finding friends and a partner. I think this sums up my update. I will be back maybe in a year considering how long divorce process takes when it's not amicable. Thank you. Update 3rd May 31st, 2024. It's been almost 2 months since my last update. People have been asking about an update, and here is one. My soon-to-be ex-wife is doing much better. As far as I know, she is on antidepressants right now and started her own therapy. Also, she has a good support system around her, so she is fine. Our daughter was with me most of the time, and we spent a lot of quality time together. We have been taking her to a therapist, too. She is taking the separation much better than we expected. She is in a drawing/painting, and we have been practicing together. She has won first-place award in a local competition in her age group, and I am super proud of her. As smart as always. For the divorce, my wife agreed to an amicable divorce. We gave the documents to the local family court, and we'll have the court seeing next month as scheduled. 50-50 financial assets and 50-50, 80/20 at first, custody. She wanted to see our daughter only on weekends until she is in a better place. After that, we'll convert to 50-50ths. It's more desirable for me, to be honest. I want to have our daughter an equal time with her mother. I'm staying at our house currently. I'll buy the share of my wife from her. She'll stay at her parents for now. They are very close to our house, so it's good. My wife is planning to rent a separate place around the same area in the future. Time is passing and life is going on somehow. I'm also in a much better place mentally and emotionally. I am on amicable terms with my wife, and as long as we are not living together, I do not feel uncomfortable as I did in the past. Not much drama, just life is being life, and everything finding its own place with time. Thanks. Relevant comments. I'm not saying you ever will or won't get back with your ex-wife. However, sometimes the only way to rebuild any trust is from the absolute ground floor up. If that trust is meant to absolutely be as co-parents and maybe friends, that's fine. If it ever lead to more, who knows? Either way, it's amazing that you are absolutely honest with yourself about all of this. You took that total step back without any huge animosity or second-guessing yourself for years. That is rare. It's also the healthiest response imaginable. Well played, sir. And it sounds as if some of your level-headed and mature thinking has rubbed off on your daughter. I really hope whatever the future holds for all three of you that it's great things. OOP. Time change relationships and people. Maybe we'll try again in the future, but not right now. I do not hold grudge or feel hatred towards my wife. She has been an incredible wife and mother throughout our marriage. I am glad we ended things in an amicable manner. It's much better for us and our daughter. Thank you very much for the good wishes.